Today we're going to be testing out a full face of first and second impressions. So I have a couple of things from a brand that you might not have heard of that have just come to Superdrug. I've got a couple of little bits from some higher end brands. So let's get into it. The first couple of products that I'm going to try are a little bit older. So the one thing that's been on my channel a few times is the Maybelline Grippy Serum. So I've not actually used this for a while on my channel because I've been testing out a couple of other things, but I'm just going to use this to prime my skin because I don't have a new primer. So how are you guys? I mean, today is a really gloomy day. I mean, it is raining out there. That means autumn is finally here. I'm so happy. I've never really been like into summer that much over the past kind of few years now because of my rosacea. It really like messes up with my brain and it messes up with like my skin and everything. So the sun was always very like hit and miss. When I was younger, I used to love going into the sun and having so much fun. But then now I just can't stand it. But the thing is, this summer has been all over the place, like having to look after baby as well to make sure that he isn't in the sun too much and that I'm not kind of taking him outside too much because the heat can be ridiculous. So what I'm doing is leaving this for a minute to like get a bit tacky because this is quite a tacky primer. If you've not tried it before, this is the 24-hour serum. When it comes to like 24-hour products, I've never used makeup for 24 hours. There's really no need for it. So for foundation, we're going in with the About Face foundation again. So I'm going to be using this non-stop because I waited so damn long to get it. And now that I have it, so in case you haven't seen one of my last kind of get ready with me, I finally got this and it's finally in the UK and it's finally in Space NK. So this is the About Face Performer foundation, and About Face are now available in Space NK. They used to be available on Beauty Bay, which I think they still are, but not anything new. So if you haven't seen me use that, then obviously you can check out that video. I did mention that the shade is a tad orange for me. It's a bit difficult to kind of shade match myself online. I mean, I could have gone into Oxford Street to do that, but you know what, I'm not going to do that because last week I went into Oxford Street on a Saturday and I kind of had to. Luckily I didn't have my baby with me because that would have been absolute carnage. Like even walking down Oxford Street by myself was too much. I went to Lush because I wanted to get one of their new soaps, which I'll talk about in my monthly favourites. I don't need to talk about soap now. But I walked past the brand new Space NK, which is literally outside Oxford Street, and the queue was out the door. I don't, I can't be dealing with stuff like that. Like there's a Space NK in so many different places now. I know that this is like a brand new store and there's so many different things about it, and I really do want to go and kind of visit it, but I might just wait until, like, I mean, the holidays are finished now, so I want to probably go before it gets to like Christmas, because obviously during Christmas it's going to be an absolute no-no. So I mean, I will probably go. I mean, if you've been to the new store, let me know. I know there was a lot of like things happening when it opened and people queuing for like a day or so. I don't understand stuff like that. I used to queue for gigs, like back in the day. I used to queue for like 10 hours for a gig because I wanted to be at the front, and many times I was at the front, but for a shop I've never queued. I mean, I queued to probably get in at like 10 in the morning or something, because for me, I like to get somewhere as early as possible and then just go back home, because I'm not dealing with like crowds of people. I don't do very well with crowds of people. But yeah, so that was the foundation. I did mention before that it was a tad kind of orange for me, but the coverage itself is really nice. It's worked really nice with the primer, so this might be a little combination that I might continue. So I'm just going to add a bit of a concealer. So this is the Co concealer. I have used this in a couple of my videos. So this is meant to be like a dupe for the NARS concealer, even though I don't think The products are very similar. I think the packaging itself is similar, and that's about it. I have another kind of MCO Beauty product to try later on for the first time, so I'm actually just gonna blend this in. So let's get into my favorite step of my routine, which is blush. So this is by Refi. So this is their lip blush. So this is essentially like a blush and a lip product. So I'm only going to use it as a blush because I really hate using products in multiple places. I mention this all the time. I have the shade Orchid and it's a bit annoying. I've opened it and it's just like dented right at the top. I don't know how that happened, but it's not the end of the world. But I thought I would try this out because I haven't tried anything by Refi in quite a while. I do like their lip products. They're very, very nice. They seem to have like come out of the product, which is probably why it's damaged kind of at the top, but it's still doing quite nicely. I mean, it's blending out really well. This is like the first shade of this type of product that I've tried because I've tried quite a few of their products now and I do really like them. They're affordable, but they're not like obviously they're not like Revolution price or NYX price. They're more kind of like middle ground. So for this it was about £16. I had like a discount code for something, so I had some money off that I used towards it on their website, but you can get them in Sephora, you can get them on their main website as well. It's just a couple of pounds for shipping, but it turned out really quickly, so that's really nice. I think on the lips it's meant to be quite subtle. It's not meant to be like a really pigmented kind of lip product. The other blushes, the ones in the little pots, are stunning. I love those a lot. So this is quite nice. So let's go on to the brand that you might not have heard of. So there's a brand called Troublemaker, which are brand new to Superdrug. And what I didn't realise is that the owner of that brand is like a co-owner for Makeup Revolution, and this brand are super duper affordable. Like their packaging for me I think is really cute. I picked up like 3 things because Superdrug had a 3 for 2. What I should have done is I was contemplating this to kind of buy like a foundation, concealer, or blah blah blah, but maybe next time if I like these products then I'll probably pick up some more because everything is kind of under £10, which is pretty cool. So we're going to start off with this kind of charm bar, which is the face palette. So this is probably not going to be amazing, but it was a couple of pounds, so I'm just very intrigued. So you get a blush, bronzer and a highlighter. So I'm going to start off with the bronzer. This is the Good Luck charm bar. So I think there was only 2. I really don't think the shade selection is great, but I don't know if that was just because the Superdrug I was in, the display only had 2. So if on the Superdrug website there might be some more different complexion for myself, then definitely have a look. So the bronzer is not too bad. I mean, the fact that this pan is quite tiny, so you probably should use like a smaller brush than I did, but it blended out okay. It's not crazy pigmented, but I'm not expecting it to be honest. So let's go on to blush. So I'm just going to use this blush just here, and the other blush that was in the other kind of palette was a bright pink and I was like, that's not my vibe. So I'm just going to blend this in together with the other blush, so it's not too bad. Okay, and then let's go on to the highlighter and let's see if there's anything. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, wow. Ooh, I'm just going to close that because we don't need to add any more. So let's just blend in a bit more. That's really nice. I'm pretty sure this bar was like maybe £4, 3.50, just because I was umming and ahhing, going back and forth because they had a kind of baked blush that I really wanted to get. I think that was £4. Yeah, I think this was 3.50. So again, it's super affordable, and I mean, yeah, that's fine. That's really nice. So let's go on to a powder. So I don't really tend to use many powders unless I'm going to go out and kind of keep powder on for a long time. but NYX have come out with a brand new product. So this is the Wonder Snatch. So this is a powder. I don't really know much about it. I have the shade Sugar Surf, and it's the first shade basically. So it's in this really cute packaging, and let me just see if I can open it. It kind of goes back and forth. There we go. So I'm just going to use a tiny amount just for under my eyes to see if it does anything, because I need a new setting powder, because most powders that I use don't really do much for me, or they'll just kind of start separating as soon as I kind of use it. So because I don't have my fan on, it's not going to blow away. So that's pretty handy. Let's see if this is a mattifying one or what, because I'm very intrigued. And I got this in Boots. I think it was like £8.50 or £8.99. And I was part of the NYX community, which is unfortunately closed down. I was very sad about that. A lot of the kind of communities where you make like social media and stuff like that, I mentioned it quite a few times. On my channel, I'm part of stuff, but a lot of them are closing down, and I think some of them are just merging into like one whole one by L'Oreal, which is obviously fine. I'm not part of it because you have to have a certain threshold of followers. But I'm like, okay, maybe when I eventually get there, I'll join it and I'll be part of the cool kids. But you know what? This has actually gone on quite nicely. It is not, I mean, it's a little bit mattifying. I'm just going to put the rest of that back because I'll use it next time. But yeah, it's kind of settled in not too bad. And I mean, I still got some shine here, which is okay. My lip hasn't started to separate, which is always a really good sign, because one of my main issues, if you're new to my channel, is that my top lip, as soon as I put any foundation or powder or anything, it just separates and I look absolutely horrible. But so far, everything's looking fine. So let's go on to eyes. So this is by Troublemaker as well. They have so many palettes. They have big palettes, they have mini palettes. They also have dupes for the Made by Mitchell color cases, which is insane. I'm very intrigued to try those because they look very similar. But I picked up the Love Note palette. So this is a kind of neutral nude palette. I mean, I don't know why this kind of spoke to me the most, where I could have gotten like a really colourful one or whatever, but this costs like £4 or £5. So I'm just going to use as many shades as I can. I mean, you've got shades like Text Me Back, Love You So Much, Secret Admirer, Cupid's Pen Pal, XOXO, and Always. So I mean, that's probably taken from Harry Potter, but I'm just going to kind of just do a little look. So let's go in with Cupid's Pen Pal just here, and you've got little embossings as well, which is pretty cute. So let's see how pigmented they are. There's a ton of fallout on these shades, so let's see if they're pigmented. Next, I'm going to go in with XOXO, and you know what, it's got a little bit of pigment to it, which is quite nice. I mean, this palette costs a couple of quid. I'm not expecting it to completely blow me away, but let's just see, because you never know. Like, I've always stood by those elf palettes, which were like £4, and those are like absolutely stunning. They're great for like, you know, on the kind of on the go type palettes and stuff, and just kind of like really affordable and really simple to use. So these, like, just going into two shades, they're blending out really nicely. They're pigmented, and yeah, they build up quite well. Let's go in with more of an inner corner, not, I mean, an outer corner type of shade. So Text Me Back, it's kind of like the deepest shade here, so I'm just going to use it to kind of just make a little something, I don't know. Okay, so the sun has just like come out and gone insane, so I think I look a little bit overexposed, so I'm sorry. So let's go in with Secret Admirer, which is the shimmer, and I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to work. Oh, that's nice. Okay, this palette has impressed me. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. I've not seen anyone kind of talk about it on YouTube. I've seen a couple people on TikTok talk about it, but of course everyone's using such different things. So it's always good for me personally to obviously just like want to try something out. Of course, I can't try everything, but what I am trying so far I am liking a lot. So let's go in with the inner corner, and I'm going to go in with that Always shade, and let's see if it's going to pop. It's okay. It's a little bit flaky. It's more of a kind of glitter S shade, but it is very pretty. Yeah, I mean this is a nice palette. I mean, what you're gonna get for £4, £3.50. That's great. So let's end on the lips. So the other MCO Beauty product I have is this lip pencil, which is the absolute copy of a Charlotte Tilbury lip liner. And this is in the shade Luxe Pink. And when I opened it, it was completely like crushed, but there was nothing on the inside, so I just had to sharpen it. And then to kind of top it off, I've got this lip balm by Troublemaker as well. So this is their Jinx Balm, and this is in the shade Flow Pink. So let's get this lip liner on first and see how well it looks. Okay, that's really pigmented. It's really nice. It's a little bit dry, so it's not like it kind of drags slightly, but it's still pretty nice. So this lip balm, another issue I had, I don't know what's going on with these lip balms, but it's kind of like the top bit is very dry. I don't know if it comes off on here, but it's very soft. So let's kind of blend this in and see how it looks. Wow, that's very pink. It's not the type of pink that I would normally wear, but it's quite comfortable. It smells really nice. It's got like this sweet smell to it, but it smells quite artificial, but it's still quite nice. It's got like I don't know if I would use this as a lip balm. It's very pigmented as a pink lip balm. They had a couple other shades. I really wanted to get they've got these lip glosses which are like in this cylinder, and they have this green one which is called Elijah, and if you guys are not aware, that's the name of my son, and I really wanted to get it, but they didn't have that shade in stock. So let's open up my hair. This is my finished look, and you know what, I think I like everything today. I really like the eyeshadow palette. I think it's gorgeous. It's affordable, and if you can get to Superdrug and pick one up, I really feel like they're worth the affordable price. The blush is nice by Refi. The little bar is cute. I mean, again, if you want something really affordable on the go, that's fine. This Troublemaker brand has kind of surprised me, and I'll see how it goes next month, and I might pick up a couple more things because they have literally a full face of everything. Like they seem to have just come out and have everything kind of on the ready to go, which is interesting. The powder is fine. I haven't had really anything separate just yet, and like I've said, my top lip is always the main issue, but it's looking fine. Let me know if you've picked up anything recently, what you've been enjoying, and thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias because I'm always active on there, and appreciate you sitting down and listening to me ramble on. I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.